What's going on, guys? This is Travis here, and today I am bringing you PPL Week 3, my team builder, against the AS Monferno and OnesieBanette. So first of all, if you don't know what PPL is, check links in the description. There's all the coaches, the PPL Twitter and YouTube, and its public spreadsheet to keep track of what's going on. Second, super sorry about the very late upload. We had a transfer week which took a while, and then we just kept trying to find times to battle and they didn't work out. I've just done the battle, so I'm going to try and keep this spoilerless, so yeah, here's hoping that works. Yeah, with uni like full time and stuff, it's kind of hard to find a time to battle with people on the other side of the world, because it's like, well, I'm free for these hours, which is from 2 AM till 6 AM for you, yay. But we eventually got something to work, so that's nice. So, quick update on how the league is going. After last week's win, we have moved up into equal 5th with Kelly, who we beat, and the Baltimore Braviarys, as well as ShroomRaver and the Parasect Germain. But if you look at that, you can see that basically from 4th down to 9th is just a clusterfuck of people, exactly like I ended up with last season. You know, it is only week 2, so there's not much separation that can happen. But yeah, we're basically in that middle chunk of the table, so we have to keep winning. That's how this works. You lose week 1 and you basically just have to win every game, and to win the league you basically have to win every game. So yeah, we're just gonna go 10-1, easy. Yeah, so you can also see our opponent, AS Monferno, also 1-1. There's slightly lower differential by like literally 1 kill, so there's that. And then there's Sam sitting on top of the ladder, who has just butt raped everyone so far. In any case, that's league table. MVP race, I actually have like a table picture thing for it because there have already been some battles done. Yeah, sorry about my voice being hoarse, I'm a little bit sick at the moment, but anyway. Looking at the opponent's team and what he could be bringing. It's a very spooky draft. Victini, NecroStevo, Zapdos, Scavalier, Marowak round 5. Yeah, that happened. Suicune, Regirock, Whimsicott, Kyurem, Sork, and Bayleaf. So he has some incredible power in the form of like Victini and Kyurem, and even Marowak to some extent. It's just so hard to switch into, and then a lot of bulk as well with like NecroStevo, Zapdos, Regirock, and then things that can sort of be in between. So it's an interesting draft. It's not your standard draft. But it's actually pretty threatening and matches up decently well against me, which is not great. Like, there are a couple of things which I just struggle really hard to deal with. Victini is one. NecroStevo, I kind of, depending on the set, especially defensive one is kind of a bitch to take down. But like, basically no matter which defensive it is, it has something which can deal with it, but it's not the easiest thing to take down still, and it's sort of annoying. Scavalier is actually really hard for me to switch into, like really hard for me to switch into, with Drill Run, Mega Horn, Knockoff, and Iron Head is basically all it needs to just destroy my team. I mean, it can potentially pursue Trap Latios as well, so there's that. Marowak I'm not too concerned about. Suicune I have some things for. It does wall a fair chunk of my team, but that's not what Suicune does. Regirock I'm not at all worried about. I really don't think, like, I know what he's brought now. Spoilers, he didn't bring it, but I really didn't think he would bring it because the things that it should be used to wall can just still hit it too hard, and it can't really do much damage to most of my team, so I don't think it's that useful. Whimsicott could on-call things, tailwind things, etc. Kyurem I really only have like 1, maybe 2 switch-ins to, and they're not really switch-ins, they're like maybe switch-ins depending on the set. Sork I'm not too concerned about, and Bayleaf, while it is tanky as all hell, I kind of destroy it with M-Ball. That's kind of a thing. But it's still, you know, it could be a pain if you brought it. This is really hard trying to do spoilers. Anyway, but one thing I hope everyone should notice when looking at his team is he has absolutely fucking nothing for M-Ball. It literally, after Rocks, I 2-hit KO every single member, or Oko, Victini, Zapdos, Whimsicott, Kyurem, Bayleaf, Scavalier, and that's all of them max physically offensive. And then 2-hit KO everything else at the least. So yeah, definitely decided to bring in board this week. I'm bringing Expert Belt Set because I don't want Life Orb Recoil, because I don't particularly need this slight extra power. I didn't want to be choiced because the coverage is what looks to be really good. And then Flare Blitz because basically the 4 moves that I mentioned just destroy everything. Low Kick because it hits most things equally hard superpower that I'd be going for anyway. So like Kyurem, Regirock, both get hit equally hard by low kick, and it means I get the defense and attack drops, so I can kind of spam it a bit more. Also means no recoil, which is nice, and no speed drop from the hammer arm. Means I lose a little bit of power on some things, but most of those I don't really need to rely on low kick anyway, so there's that. 20 in HP, 252 in attack. I'm just going to move the EV spread here. Max attack with enough speed to outspeed a Scarfed, base 100 at +2. So basically under Tailwind, because spoilers, I'm bringing Tailwind. So yeah, the thing with this set is it completely destroys them, provided I get damage on Suicune, a bit of damage on Mega Sableye, and I get some form of speed control. So my main form of speed control are Thunder Wave, Trick Room, and Tailwind. Thunder Wave is not the most reliable. I don't think he has a Cleric from memory. He has Aromatherapy Bayleaf. That's it, I think. But it means you have to be switching things in to be Thunder Waved. Probably I should have brought that. Anyway. And Trick Room is pretty bad because he has things like Mega Sableye, which can then recover Stormy under Trick Room. And yeah, Trick Room just wasn't the right option for me. It would also meant I had to bring Slyroh, which doesn't have a great matchup against pretty much everything. I think actually Latios might get Trick Room as well, but anyway, decided to go with Tailwind. And yeah, that's what Latios is here for. I have a Tailwinding Latios with, this is a very interesting set, Tailwind, HP Fire, Draco, and Memento. The reason I have Memento is because once I get Tailwind up, I want to be getting Emboar in as much as possible, or potentially Excadrill as well. So if I can drop a Draco on something, then get up a Tailwind, live a hit, and then Memento, I can get a straight switch into one of my Wall Breakers and just start destroying his team, and abuse as many turns of Tailwind as I can. It basically stops him from trying to stall out turns of Tailwind, and it also means that we get lowered attack and stuff, so they won't be able to take out my mobs even if they are Scarfed or can be hit or whatever. HP Fire is obviously for Scavalier. That's also part of why I have the White Herb. If I go for a Draco as it switches in, I'll still get a good amount of damage, get my White Herb, HP Fire will then kill. It's also useful for things like Suicune if I was to switch it in. Basically the White Herb is there so I can hit something that I'd normally do about 50 to 60% to, and then be able to take it out with another Draco. I could have run like lefties or something, but eh. And yeah, then Tailwind and Memento for obvious reasons. Again, it doesn't have great switching to this set because HP Fire hits both Scavalier and Whimsicott, and Draco just hits everything else. I don't think he has... Yeah, he has Scavalier as his only other resist, so everything else just kind of dies to Draco, which is fun. Next one I'm bringing is Mold Breaker Excadrill because he has a Mega Sableye and I want to get Rock Slide. I have Rock Slide because Zapdos walls me otherwise, Earthquake because that hits everything else as hard as it can, and Substitute. I could run Iron Head for Kyurem, but I already do enough damage to it with the other two moves, so I have Sub basically so that if he's already megaed on Sableye and he's in against my Excadrill, I can sub up on the Willow and then fire off a couple of Earthquakes, do big damage and hopefully take it out, and if not take it out then at least wear it down. Also allows me to scout a fair bit. Things like Ice Beam on Suicune is a roll to break my sub. I didn't want to run any more HP investment to make it guaranteed not to break my sub because I kind of need all the attack I can get, and I needed that speed to outspeed uninvested Zapdos, also uninvested Victini, in case they decide to bring a bulky one for whatever reason. So I couldn't really run more HP into the def investment to be able to take those, but it still means that there's a chance I would, sub doesn't break and then I can fire off 2 EQs on something like Suicune as well, which would be great. That's essentially it for Extra. I don't really have much else to do. I possibly could just put Toxic over sub so I could wear down Mega Sableye, but I wanted to sub on a Willow, so yeah, there's that. The next one I'm bringing is basically my only way of stopping Victini from completely fucking me over, which is Tyranitar. And most of you will probably say at this point, but Trav, Victini gets Brick Break. And I'm like, I know. But basically, while Tyranitar is alive, it can't click V-Create, because as soon as it clicks V-Create, I come in, click Pursuit, and it's dead. I'm running Choice Scarf, so even if he is Scarfed, I will outspeed after one V-Create. I'll also outspeed if he's not Scarfed. This also means I can outspeed Kyurem that's not Scarfed, Zapdos that's not Scarfed, etc. And that's what my investment is for, just to outspeed those things with my Scarf. I'm not running enough investment to outspeed Scarf Whimsicott because I really don't think I'll bring Scarf Whimsicott. It has Prankster and already outspeeds my entire team. Don't really think it needs it. I have Fire Punch because Whimsicott and Escavalier. Same kind of reason. Rock Slide for mainly Kyurem, also hits Zapdos, hits Victini. It's just generally good coverage. It's my main form of stab, so I can, if things are mostly worn down, I can just click Rock Slide and clean up. And then have Thunder Punch purely for Suicune. It doesn't 2-hit KO, but it does enough where if it's not running Rest, then I can get it worn down really, really quickly with Sand as well. The other advantage is Sand, and one thing I fucking love about Tyranitar, so originally I had this thing as Unnerve in case you brought Coldberry Victini. End up deciding to go with Sand because Kyurem, basically. With the Sand up, Kyurem cannot 2-hit KO me without a boosting item, with Draco that is. So, and by 2-hit KO I mean it does less than 50% with Draco. So basically while this thing is alive, if he's not Scarfed, I can switch in, take a hit with the Sand, and then either Pursuit Chop it or Rock Slide and kill it. And if he is Scarfed, then he's not going to be powerful enough to take me out, which is super nice because Tyranitar is a freaking monster. Yeah, that's basically it for Tyranitar. It does really big damage to his team, and his bulky is all hell because that's just what it does. Speaking of bulky is all hell, we then have Ordino, a very weird spread. Max HP, 212 defense. Oh, by the way, the speed is just, I think I said it, but under Scarf, outspeed, base 100s at max speed, etc. Less than HP because Anyway, Ordino, 252 HP, 212 defense with a bold nature, and then 4 in special attack, 20 in speed F, 20 in speed. Speed invested Ordino, I know right? With Dazzling Gleam, Protect, Knockoff, and Wish. I originally had Heal Bell on here, end up changing it. I also had Flamethrower in here at one point and end up changing it. And decided on this set because basically Knockoff is super duper nice. It means Victini can't switch in freely. It means even if the Escavalier switches in, I potentially get rid of a Life Orb or a Choice Band or a Choice Scarf. I've honestly considered it. Or an Assault Vest would also be nice to get rid of, so I can get rid of it with my Latios. And then Dazzling Gleam is for mainly Sableye, also Kyurem, both things I'll be switching Ordino in on. Knockoff also just helps me get rid of potential berries, leftovers, etc. And one of the big things that Knockoff does is gets rid of Marowak's Thick Club. So this set will not be 2-hit KO'd by an Adamant Max Attack Thick Club Marowak. And the reason I have speed investment is I think he might try and speed creep base 50s with his Marowak, and also potentially a Scavalier. He might run a lot of speed investment. So that speed creep uninvested 50s, because that is Ordino and Timburrs on that team. That also means he'd outspeed a bulky Slyroh, for example. So I kind of think he might actually do that, which is why I've ended up putting 20 in speed there, is that actually allows me to outspeed an Adamant Escavalier at max speed. Yes, that's right, I am speed creeping max speed Escavalier, because that thing scares me. And so I can knock off its item or get off a Wish before it takes me out, but also with Marowak it means I can knock off before he attacks, get rid of his Thick Club, and then at that point he's doing nothing to me. Then I can just Dazzling Gleam, Wish Protect, and slowly take him out, because otherwise I don't have my other main answer to Marowak, which would be Tangrowth. I could also run like Culberry Slowbro, but this is my best answer. I can knock it off, etc. and deal with it that way. And then yeah, Fat Ordino is fat. After I had the 20 in speed, I basically put the rest of the EVs into wherever they were most helpful. Next one I have is a very, very weird set. Thunder Punch Bulk Up Rest Talk Thunderous with Prankster. Basically, Prankster Rest Talk is super duper fun. Because it means I can potentially attack everything even if they're scarfed and outspeed me. with Thunder Punch because, you know, priority rest up. Also, this is shiny because shiny Thunderous looks cool. Kind of a weird set. It gets completely walled by Marowak, which I never thought were words I'd have to say. Oh my god, I hate my voice right now. It also gets pretty effectively walled by Kyurem, which also kind of destroys me. But, quite honestly, there isn't much I can do about that. I could have run very, very different sets of this, and I probably should have. But, I don't know. It's a set that could work once, if I get Rocks up, and I wear down Kyurem. Particularly if I like Pursuit Trap it with Tyranitar, that does about 50% if he switches. With one Rock switch in, that means he's pretty much dead on the next switch in, and then I can take it out with Thunderous. But the main reason I have Rest Bulk Up is also because he can burn me with Sableye, he can also burn me with Suicune, Scald, that kind of thing. But I can just bulk up in his face and then eventually rest, then just start Sleep Talking, get, you know, a couple of Thunder Punch rolls, and potentially sweep him. Bulky Thunderous is fun. This is also like my only answer to his Scavalier, kind of. That thing basically destroys my team with 3 moves. If you go Knockoff, or not even Knockoff, if you go Mega Horn, Iron Head, Drill Run, it destroys everything else on my team. And that's including if I brought Quillfish, if I brought Slowbro, and if I brought Tangrowth. So, Escavalier is a really, really big problem, and this thing is my best fucking answer to it. If I brought physically defensive Thunderous, I could have not been 2-KO'd by a Choice Banded Escavalier. I'm just gonna let that sink in. This is my bulk defensive Thunderous, my best answer to Escavalier. I was gonna run defensive with Incinerate and Volt Switch and then Rest Talk. End up going the bulk up set because I can still switch in on a Mega Horn, then bulk up, take another one, then rest, and not be being 2-KO'd, and so hopefully Sleep Talk, get another bulk up, etc, etc. And hopefully in all that mess he misses a Mega Horn or something. Leftovers just because residual recovery is Amaze Balls, and that's basically it for Thunderous. Hopefully it does some things and stuff because it's a very strange set. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because my voice really fucking hurts. I hope you appreciate the fact that I am trying to get this out to you as soon as I can. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next upload.